Amid horrific flooding. The developing situation, 2 dams failing in Michigan, thousands of families forced from their homes now. Water at record levels tonight, houses seen floating away. A Dow chemical plant evacuated. The nuclear reactor nearby already shut down because of the virus. Tonight, the concern there. Families who were trying to stay safe because of the pandemic now trying to maintain social distance in shelters, some sleeping in cars. And this evening, the flood alerts at this hour from Ohio all the way to parts of the East Coast. Rob Marciano is standing by live tonight. Reopening America, all 50 states now trying to reopen amid the debate. How quickly should they go? As the nation's death toll now at more than 93,000. And tonight, 2 Ford plants temporarily forced to shut down already, just 1 day after getting back to work. Employees testing positive. Vice President Pence in Florida, he and the governor there at a restaurant sending a message without their masks. And tonight, after weeks of debate, the CDC now making their guidelines public. The new guidance tonight for schools, businesses, and restaurants. Also tonight, antibodies and immunity. This evening, the results just in from a new study indicating antibodies do provide some form of immunity. But for how long? And what does this now mean? New reporting tonight on the antibody tests themselves. At one point, 170 different tests on the market here in the U.S. So how do you know which test is accurate? We're getting answers tonight. The ABC News series, Pandemic, A Nation Divided. We have reported here on the horrific toll on communities of color and on rural America. Tonight, we take you to part of this country in dire need. Navajo Nation. Almost no medical facilities at all. The largest hospital nearby at capacity. Tonight, the reality from inside what we haven't seen. And amid those images of packed planes, this evening, what one airline is now doing, the spraying inside the cabin, and how passengers are now boarding those planes. What we've learned tonight.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Wednesday night. Across this country, all 50 states now have begun the difficult and careful task of reopening. But there's something else playing out tonight, right in the middle of all of this. Families already worried about coronavirus, thousands of them now forced to flee their homes. A state of emergency at this hour in Michigan, one of the hardest hit states from the virus, now facing this. Homes swept away by the flooding, the images coming in tonight. 2 dams failing. There had been so much concern that this could happen, and it has, with dire results. And look at this tonight, homes being lifted off their foundations. This image sadly playing out more than once as homes could be seen floating away. And it's impossible to imagine tonight what these families are going through, already trying to stay safe in this pandemic, now in shelters, trying to keep a safe distance from strangers. Many not knowing if they'll have a home to return to, and if so, in what condition. We are on the scene tonight, and meteorologist Rob Marciano leads us off from Midland, Michigan.
Tonight, horrifying images in the middle of a pandemic.
Oh my God, that's somebody's house.
Homes in central Michigan floating away. The National Weather Service warning residents to get to higher ground. 2 catastrophic dam collapses in just hours.
We advise that we have a dam breach at Edenville.
This is the moment the Edenville Dam disintegrated outside Midland, Michigan, following days of rain. Downstream, the Sanford Dam breaching less than 2 hours later.
The dam has failed. 100% failure. Evacuate.
10,000 residents forced to flee.
Could it get worse? Yes.
A nearby Dow chemical plant forced to evacuate, too. Officials say floodwaters are mixing with containment ponds. The nuclear reactor on site already shut down as a coronavirus protocol. Federal regulators had reportedly worried about a possible failure at the Edenville Dam for years.
Regarding the dams, the state of Michigan is reviewing every potential legal recourse that we have.
Complicating matters, Michigan remains under a stay-at-home order to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Officials say hundreds are in shelters.
Another 40 or 50 stayed in their cars, and the reason largely was the concerns about the COVID-19 virus.
On top of this 100-year event, we have a 500-year event in a flood that has absolutely devastated a lot of families.
Just unbelievable. Rob Marciano with us live tonight from Midland, Michigan. And Rob, the images, as you know, being right there on the scene are heartbreaking on top of what families were already going through with the pandemic. I know there's concern, obviously, with the flooding where you are as we head into the night, but this system's also on the move. Where does it hit next?
Well, it's heading south tonight. I can tell you they're concerned about one of those dams failing further. This river has never been this high. You can see the water pouring into that new hotel, into the county courthouse, dangerously close to the main street here, which, like many towns, has already taken an economic hit from the virus shutdown. Thankfully, sunshine today, but that system has moved into Ohio, the mid-Atlantic. Could see over 5 more inches of rain there, with flooding likely in the next couple of days in the Carolinas. This river right now is cresting, but will remain at record levels, David, into the weekend.
All right, Rob Marciano, we appreciate you making that trip to be there with those families tonight in Michigan. Thank you. And of course, all of this as Michigan and the rest of the country tries to navigate this reopening of America. Some states moving more quickly than others, and tonight the flashpoints already. The vice president eating out today in Florida with the governor there, no masks, intentionally trying to send a message that they believe this country is ready to open. And all of this tonight as the CDC now quietly finally makes their new guidelines public for businesses, schools, and the news tonight that 2 Ford factories temporarily shutting down just 1 day after opening after some workers tested positive for the virus. This will be a test, a delicate road ahead, and ABC's Whit Johnson on that part of the story tonight.
Tonight, despite all 50 states now easing restrictions, protesters arguing it's not fast enough.
These arbitrary laws and rules are crippling Michigan.
From Michigan, where defiant barbers gave free haircuts on the lawn of the state capitol, many not wearing face masks, some armed, to Connecticut, the last state to begin reopening.
If you don't want to go back to work, don't go back to work. But don't deny the rest of us the ability to go back to work.
Today, the state allowing malls and retailers to open at 50% capacity. Restaurants measuring table distance for outdoor dining only.
We've been waiting for this. We're ready.
In Florida today, Disney Springs welcoming shoppers with new restrictions. Hair salons reopening in Miami. And in Orlando, Vice President Mike Pence sitting down for a cheeseburger at a newly reopened restaurant with the state's governor. Both not wearing masks, but temperature checks for staff and patrons. In New York, the governor urging residents to wear masks.
The masks work. They are protective and they work. Wear a mask.
Sharing videos from New Yorkers competing for a new PSA.
I wear a mask so we can get back to work.
Each state now forging ahead with its own plan as the CDC finally releases its detailed guidelines for reopening, including recommendations like sneeze guards in restaurants and bars. In schools, face coverings worn by staff and encouraged for older students if feasible, but not for children under 2. If someone in a school tests positive, the building could be closed for cleaning. But as states loosen restrictions, it's a daily struggle to avoid setbacks. Just 24 hours after the big 3 automakers restarted production, Ford temporarily shutting down plants in Chicago and Michigan after 3 returning workers tested positive. And health officials in Colorado warning residents after these images showing dozens gathered shoulder to shoulder on Monday at a creek in Boulder County.
Create a social distance.
In Alabama, 2 high schools trying to bring back traditional graduations, attempting to social distance. Students and families in attendance seated 6 feet apart.
Yeah, we cannot forget those graduates this year. Whit with us again tonight, this time from Connecticut. And we can see there the restaurants behind you, people gathering, the CDC offering that new guidance late today on how restaurants, for one, can more safely reopen.
And David, in these latest guidelines, the CDC is now recommending more protections for high-risk employees and things like temperature checks and symptom screenings, daily health checks to keep up with how the employees are doing. And tonight, the governor here in Connecticut announcing, as people are beginning to eat outside, that he's hoping to have indoor dining and begin reopening places like movie theaters and gyms by June 20th. David?
Of course, everyone's studying the scene there behind you. We can see the waiter with the mask on there and the families now gathering, taking the chance to try to get back out, and we'll see how this goes. Whit, thank you. There's also encouraging news tonight about antibodies and immunity. This evening, researchers at Emory University now reporting that they found antibodies do provide some form of immunity. And we ask, with so many tests for antibodies now on the market here in the U.S., how do you know which ones are most accurate? Eva Pilgrim getting answers tonight.
Tonight, a potential scientific breakthrough, a study of hospitalized patients finding nearly all with the virus had some sort of immunity. Emory University researchers finding a specific virus-neutralizing antibody in patients within 6 days of testing positive for COVID-19.
Not only shows that you've been exposed to the virus and have made antibodies against it. But those antibodies, at least, to the extent we've tested now, seem to correlate with blocking of viral infection.
By finding that key antibody, scientists say it will help them create a better test and vaccine. One unknown, how long does the protection last?
I think going forward, it'll be important to understand the durability of these immune responses over the next few months to years after infection.
But tonight, questions about the reliability of some of the crucial antibody tests on the market. At its peak, there were 170 different ones, most without FDA emergency use authorization. This rapid antibody test bought at a pharmacy uses just a drop of blood and works similar to a pregnancy test. The screen with results turning red. It didn't work.
And there is currently no line at the front door.
I first took a test on May 1st and it came back negative for antibodies. The results came with this notification. This test has not been reviewed by the FDA. Negative results do not rule out a COVID infection. Positive results could also be due to past or present infection with non-COVID coronavirus strains. Today, I'm taking another test, one of the 12 on the FDA's emergency use authorized list.
Following the FDA guidelines and the CDC guidelines, we're looking at every test and make sure that it's validated and has emergency use authorization.
And the full list of those authorized tests is on the FDA's website. David.
Eva, thank you for that. We're going to turn tonight to the ABC News series Pandemic, A Nation Divided. We have reported here on the awful toll on communities of color, African Americans, and the Latino community, and on the real concern in rural America. Tonight, we take you to another part of this country in dire need, Navajo Nation, where there are almost no medical facilities at all. And as you're about to see right here tonight, the largest hospital nearby is already at capacity. This evening, Matt Gutman is right there with the reality from the inside, what we haven't seen.
Before COVID ripped her family of 11 apart, Dorothy Scott had lived in this hut. She shuffled toward the traditional Navajo hogan, but couldn't bear to go inside. Her son had been the first to die, and she was standing over his open grave when she got the call that her husband had also passed.
I couldn't move. It's my husband. I know he was okay when I left.
In all, 8 in the immediate family testing positive, Dorothy and several others hospitalized. We accompanied them on their first trip back. The puppies yapped, and the grandkids gleeful to be back on that rope swing. But for Dorothy, the place felt haunted.
Just looking at it, it's sad. What happened in there?
You lost everything.
Yeah. Look like my husband's still in there.
His spirit, she meant. They'd been married nearly 45 years. With a dirt floor and no heating, it wasn't much, but it was home. The Navajo Nation is larger than West Virginia, but 40% of the people who live here don't have electricity. 30% don't have access to running water, which is why they come from all around to water wells like this. The reservation spanning parts of New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah. The COVID rate higher here than New York, and the area's biggest hospital at capacity for weeks now. This could be called the epicenter of COVID in the country right now.
Yes, you're totally right. We currently have a higher rate per capita than any state in the United States.
Big families have been the bedrock of Navajo culture, but in the age of COVID, it's made them vulnerable.
You have one contact that's positive, you literally can almost guarantee the whole household is infected as well, too.
Those not sick enough for the hospital, hundreds of them have been sent to 4 motels like this one in Gallup, New Mexico.
Good morning, my dear.
Dr. Eileen Ulku has been treating the Scotts for nearly 2 weeks now.
If you had told me 3 weeks ago that I would be starting elderly patients on oxygen and keeping them in a motel, closed up in a room, I would never have believed it.
Just incredible. They're now trying to save people inside that motel, too. So many corners of this country still in desperate need, and we're going to stay on this. Matt Gutman is on the Arizona side of the reservation tonight. And Matt, I know the doctors, the experts that you spoke with, say the peak there isn't actually expected until mid-June.
That's right, David. And when it hits, the medical director of the largest hospital in the area said they could look like New York did 2 months ago. Now, the Navajo leadership has taken extraordinary lengths to try to flatten that curve. There are closures, curfews, and every weekend, a 57-hour lockdown. David.
All right, Matt Gutman, our thanks to you. We're going to stay on these untold stories. Our special coverage continues later tonight right here. Pandemic and Nation Divided on Nightline, of course, on ABC News Live and across all of our broadcasts in the days ahead. Matt and the team, we thank you. Meantime, tonight, the coronavirus pandemic is also dealing a devastating blow to parts of Latin America. In Mexico tonight, more than 5,000 are now dead, but now a damning investigation claiming the real death toll just in the capital alone is perhaps 3 times higher. And in Brazil tonight, now the third worst hit nation, the Brazilian president dismissing the virus as simply, quote, a little flu, with hospitals and mortuaries there now overflowing. When we come back here tonight, the packed images from planes here in this country, and tonight for the first time that we've actually seen this, the spraying of the cabins and how passengers are now boarding flights in a moment.
When you think of a bank, you think of people in a place. But when you have the Chase mobile app, your bank can be virtually any place. So when you get a check, you can deposit it from here. And you can see your transactions and check your balance from here. You can detect suspicious activity on your account from here. And you can pay your friends back from here. So when someone asks you, where's your bank? You can tell them, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank. Because if you download and use the Chase mobile app, your bank is virtually any place. So visit chase.com/mobile.
My husband has lung cancer from smoking. Today, he's being tested to see if his cancer is spread. He may be the one getting the test, but we both live with the results.
The people you love are worth quitting for. You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
When doing it all, from childcare and schooling to cleaning and shopping, feels like too much? Care.com can help. With babysitters, tutors, housekeepers, and more. Get the help you need. Care.com.
80% of bacteria in your mouth aren't even on teeth.
80%?
Colgate Total is different. It fights bacteria in your whole mouth, protecting 100% of your mouth surfaces. Colgate Total, antibacterial protection for a healthier mouth.
This is PillPack. It's my new pharmacy. They package my medication by the dose and deliver it right to my door. And the best part? Their service is free. I only pay my copays. Does your pharmacy do that?
PillPack by Amazon Pharmacy.